So Thomas, is it fair to say that Penumbra collection is greater than the sum of its parts?
Hopefully so. I mean, that depends on how you see on it, but yeah, I think you can see so.
What has your main lessons been from watching the feedback and seeing how players use your games, and what kind of lessons have you learned?
Oh, we have learned tons of stuff. I mean, the major lesson from Overture, the first game, was that the players want to bash stuff. They want to kill enemies when you see them and have a weapon. So that's one of the main lessons to it. And also, one of the main lessons when it comes to Requiem is that you shouldn't change too much to it, because it came sort of a surprise to some people. We haven't been really clear about what Requiem was, that it really was an epilogue and so on. So some were a bit disappointed with that. But if you go into Requiem with in mind that it's epilogue and it's a little experimental, then I think you will enjoy it a lot.
So would you say that gamers are just craving violence? Or?
No, not necessarily. I think that, I mean, it's into sort of like human nature, and also things, it's like if you have like something that's bothering you, you want to get rid of it. You don't want to sneak around it. You want to have it done with, and then you can explore the level in your own pace. And if there's just a little possibility that you might be able to clear this obstacle, then you will try to do that as much as you can. So when you just have this hammer in your head and there's a wolf trying to attack you, then yeah, you try to bash it out. So yeah. The thing about it was that we tried to make it like hard on purpose. Then some thought, okay, it's too hard, why do they have a fighting system like this? And it was not meant to. Those who found it hard, they had a real design, they experienced it in the right way. But some people thought it was too easy. So at the same time, some people, oh, this fighting system, I didn't have to run a single enemy, it's not really easy to just kill them all. So some were disappointed with that the fighting system was too easy. But then in Black Plague we just had no weapons, and then we didn't have that problem anymore. Even though we have some videos, and that just goes to see, we have some videos on the internet where people have modded the game just to be able to kill the enemies as they're in the game. So you have them like implementing the pickaxe and so on from Overture just to be able to bash it. They have like throwing dynamites and so on. So it's really fun.
You've obviously moved on from Penumbra. You're done with it. What's next?
What's next is more horror, and we feel that horror genre is something really fun to explore, because really it's the only genre in games that deal with emotion. I mean, in horror games you can sacrifice like gameplay enjoyment just to deliver an emotion. You can't do that in any other game genre, and it's really fun to explore that. So we're going to explore horror more, we're going to explore the survival horror formula more in the more game, and the next game is going to be more like survival horror inspired. Penumbra was sort of like, is it an adventure game, is it like a survival horror, but the new game is going to be like pure survival horror. That's our goal with it.
What would you see as the key to manipulating the player into being horrified?
Well, the key into scaring the player is to allowing him to scare himself, because you can't really like scare the player with something really concrete. I mean, you can never come up with a monster unless the player like is scared of spiders or something that really terrify him. Instead, you have to like be subtle about it and make him believe that there's something that he's really afraid of, and that thing is going to happen to him anytime soon. That's when you can induce real fear into the player, and also immerse him in the game world. And she should have the feeling of being insecure and not really sure about what's going to happen next. That's the really best thing, I think.
How has Frictional evolved since you started out with Penumbra?
Well, we've grown, we have like proper salaries, or at least close to proper salaries. Our employees have proper salaries. Me and Jens have like a little in between minimum salary and what a student earns, something like that. But yeah, it's going good. I mean, we have evolved, like we can handle the company more, and in some other ways nothing has changed. I mean, I still feel sometimes like I'm still 16-year-olds making hobby games, just sitting at my computer, and I'm wondering, perhaps I should get a job sooner. So I mean, that thought strikes me at times. So yeah, at times much have changed, and at times a little have changed, it seems.
I feel the PRs are lurking around, so I guess that's the end of the interview, but thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you too.